Hello everyone, welcome back to my cryptocurrency YouTube channel where I review coins, tokens, look into ICOs, just cryptocurrency news in general. I give you my honest feedback. Doesn't mean I'm always right. I'm not a financial advisor, but I try my best to just give you my opinion, show everything on my screen of what I find. I don't put anything, necessarily in a PowerPoint situation because I want to actually show you guys the website, what I see on the white paper. So therefore, it's not just me making up a number or anything like that. It's just actually right in front of your face. You see what I see. So let's go ahead and dive on into the particular token called Coinvest. It's not out yet. It's actually still not even available till March 9th. That's when the token sale starts. They are trying to raise $30,000 as their goal. 64 cents they claim is going to be worth one token or coin at the price when it comes out. For this particular, so this is called ICO drops. There are many websites out there that track ICOs, and this is just one I look at quite often just to find new ICOs and kind of see which ones are active or coming up. And they give these different ratings, whatever you want to give it. I don't know how much weight I should put on their particular ratings, but they have it down here for the hype normal, risk rate is high they claim, and then the return on investment rate not rated, and then they have their own scores neutral interest. So that just to give you what they give it from their side of view. Also, what I always like to do typically in the beginning, if you've seen it in my other videos, I try to get the metrics out of the way for their website, for their social, and just trying to show you their visibility, their movement, etc. Because I view if their website's growing quickly, I say, okay, there's been a lot of talk, a lot of visibility, a lot of hype around that. If their social's growing at the same time too at a high rate, so different things I like to look at to see, and maybe am I getting in at too much of a hype, or if it's an ICO stage like this one, hype is usually, in my opinion, very good because usually that means there's a lot of people, researching and reading about it. So I always cover that first. So let's go ahead and look at this. They have here, now this one came out, I want to say, okay, so their Twitter, I believe, and when they announced it, it says November 2016, but their actual first tweet wasn't until November 2017 here. So when you look at this, I want to say basically maybe right in here is when they really start to present themselves. So it's taken a nice, that's a pretty big jump right in there, 240,000. I like to see that. That's a good amount. When you look at their Telegram, they have 16,000 members. That's also a very good amount. I've seen a lot smaller than that before. Their Twitter isn't as high, 500,000, not 500,000. That would be a lot. 5,000 followers currently right now that they have on Twitter, so not a ton. Reddit is even smaller at 250 readers, only 10 on there right now. So still from a social side of things, and they even talked about in the ICO drops, the social activity. Social activity is a little bit low, but again, I'm not a financial advisor. If you end up liking this particular token after you see this review, that's not. I can flip it around on both sides and say, well, you know what, not a lot of people have heard about it. Maybe they haven't done as good of a job from a social side to get the word out there. So therefore, there's a potential to get it at a lower price, and then, it will grow as time goes on if they can accomplish what they want to accomplish and get the media and visibility out there. So given that, let's go ahead and just hop on in what Coinvest is. So they claim they want to be the first decentralized investment trading market for cryptocurrencies. Invest in multiple cryptocurrencies and index funds with one account, one wallet, and one coin. So to me, it's the simplicity factor, right? You're putting it all together. There's so many different tokens and coins, and there's so many different exchanges and so many different wallets, and they're trying to kind of condense all that together and say, let's simplify this for the general public. And I think that concept definitely is a good one. As time goes on, it's just getting more and more and more complicated. And even when I sit down with my friends to try to explain how to use this wallet and how to use that exchange and why it's time consuming, it's cumbersome. So, if they can accomplish this goal, I don't see that being a bad one. They show here, I'm assuming these are different, partnerships, so to speak, or not partnerships, but articles. I'm sorry, articles that people would write. They try to show their ratings on here. The one thing I do like about this particular company, if you will, they try to be very transparent, or that's how I feel. Everything in their writing tries to be very open, transparent. They talk about their open source code. They talk about their team, that they're all trying to be located in Dallas. I think eventually they're going to try to move to New York, but they have videos with all the team actually sitting in one room together. It's all tied to their LinkedIn. Nothing about it feels hidden and anonymous to me, so I do like that side of things. By the way, let me just dive in. I'll say this at the end too, just in case, but in case you don't make it that far in the video, I don't actually invest in ICOs at all. I know sometimes in the United States we're not even allowed to invest in ICOs, which maybe that's the case now anyways, but even if I could, I wouldn't invest in an ICO just because from my risk tolerance, I like to just kind of wait till the dust settles, wait till it hits an exchange. Even if I pay more, I don't personally care because I feel more comfortable at that stage. So again, guys, invest at your own risk. Only invest what you can afford to lose. I personally am going to wait till everything kind of settles, hits exchanges, watch it a little bit, and then go from there if I ended up, actually getting into it. How it works. So trade and withdraw investments directly with your smart contract. Everything that they're doing is going to be tied through smart contracts through Ethereum. It's an ERC20 token. And they also talk about ERC 2033, I think is what it is. Or no, 223, ERC 223, which is a different type of token, and it goes a little bit further. In fact, I just learned about it tonight, so I'm not really going to try to educate you on it because even I am still kind of learning myself on what that particular token is. But so how it works, number one, you're going to create a Coinvest virtual portfolio with your favorite cryptocurrency. So it allows you, I can only assume, I don't know, but I'm assuming they're going to allow you to pick any cryptocurrency that's out there. I don't know if they're only going to have a limit. I couldn't find anywhere in the white paper or the FAQ section where it talked about only specific cryptocurrencies that they would allow you to get into. So I'm assuming you can just pick any cryptocurrency that they would list on there. Trade and withdraw investments directly with your smart contract. Again, everything is tied to that smart contract. Easily spend coin using your debit card account. So coin is their actual token. That's what they call it, coin. And they talk about a debit card here. So eventually, in the future, they're going to try to have a debit card, a Coinvest debit card or a credit card. So this is where they compare a typical exchange, a cryptocurrency investment fund, and then Coinvest. So number one, accept fiat currency. They don't currently accept it, but eventually they will. And if you go to exchanges, not all exchanges accept fiat currency, like Binance doesn't, Bittrex doesn't. I think they're trying to actually eventually now. Qcoin, I don't believe does, as far as I know. Maybe from a USD standpoint, maybe they do on other stuff, but I don't think they do. Coinbase, obviously, Gemini, Kraken might, and maybe Abra, I believe, all do accept like fiat USD type or other fiats. No third party or human interaction. So they're completely decentralized. That's according to them, they're the only ones. No KYC or AML verification. So they talk about this because they want it to be like, instead of having to wait, like Coinbase, sometimes people will sign up and just wait for days and days. I think one of my friends at one point I had waited, I think like 2 weeks, but I think there was a glitch in their website months and months and months ago when I signed up. So that, they're trying to use that as their advantage and say, hey, it's going to be quick because you don't have to go through that. Cryptocurrency storage, I don't know. Is there a key down here? No. I don't know what this half thing means, but they're saying that they will have a cryptocurrency storage for them. Short selling, so that's really interesting here. I like to see this. I don't believe most of the exchanges that I use do not do short selling, so I think that will definitely be a key point when it comes to people potentially using this particular platform, the short selling. Limit orders, I thought that other exchanges did limit orders, but maybe I'm wrong given the fact that they say no here, so I'm assuming I am wrong on that. Index funds, this is actually pretty interesting, and this is another key point about this particular idea. I will go into this a little bit further when we hit the white paper section in a minute. Personally curated index funds, again, this is going to be tied to this concept here, and I'll explain that in a minute too. Fully autonomy, decentralized, non-custodial. I had to kind of look this up, what this exactly meant, and I still don't technically know what it means, but I will read part of it in the white paper and then allow you guys to maybe, hopefully you understand what that means. Options, margins, and future trading, which would be awesome. So this, again, another key point that I really like. Again, it's in the future, not now. And then a debit card account in the future. So they have a lot of interesting ideas. You know, it always comes down to, if you have an idea, do you have the proper team that can pull it off? And can this team pull it off? We shall see. Real quick, though, just to go into here. Actually, no. You know what? I'm going to skip that. I'll just keep going for the minute, and then we'll come back to that. So Coinvest app, brokerage and account. This is a picture of, I'm assuming, the back end of what it's going to look like. They talk about an app, so I'm assuming that maybe this would look like, you know, on your actual mobile phone. I also assume that they would have a desktop version of it too. Seamless trading and index creation, intelligent portfolio management, and then secure asset management. So you got, let's see, first one here. Let's go back. Oh, that is the first one. Okay. So it shows that you can pick the assets. Definitely this picture is old though. Bitcoin's at 7,000, Litecoin's at $53, and you still have BitConnect at $272. I'm not knocking it. I just thought it was kind of funny, guys. But so apparently you can go through here and pick different assets. You can label your index fund if you're creating your own index fund. And then down here, you can change percentages of how much you want to put into each particular asset. And then I'll show you the USD value and the coin value. Over here, then this is just going to be your portfolio. I would like to see, and this is just me personally, I think it'd be nice to see an actual overall graph visually to show what your portfolio is doing, growing, you know, not growing, etc. Granted, they have performance right here, so it's not the end of the world. That's just me personally. And then here's your wallet, so you can see the different transactions on the Explorer there. So their benefits and what they say. So trading rewards. Accumulate coin rewards with every trade on coin investment platforms. So from that, I'm taking that every single trade you do, you will get something in return for the coin, a percentage or a fraction or something of their coin token back every time you trade. So I guess that is one benefit. If you go to a normal exchange, you don't get anything in return for trading. You just trade and you get, you know, you trade one asset for a different cryptocurrency and that's it. So this one, apparently you do get benefits for actually doing that. Super trader, make profit from trades in your virtual investment portfolio. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know what that means. I kind of looked around. I can't figure out what this exactly is. So yeah, I'll leave that at that. Like I said, guys, I don't really edit my videos, and I'm just kind of straightforward and honest with you. I have read through the whole entire white paper. Doesn't mean I didn't miss a part, but I don't really know what that super trader means specifically. The index fund management. This is pretty cool to me. So collect 50% trading fee revenue from users that invest in your personal index fund. So they talked about up in here, you know, index funds and the personal curated index funds. So my understanding of what's going to happen is this. If you look at this tab here. Let's say you go in and you say, okay, John Doe's index fund. And you create your own index fund. Well, if somebody comes along and let's say you know a lot about crypto and you're picking like the best one out there. And you put it all together, and I'm assuming you can make it private or public. I'm assuming. Don't know this. I'm just taking a guess. And I'm assuming at that point then people can look at it if it's public and say, hey, this guy's doing really well percentage-wise in his index fund. I just want to straight copy that and have that exact index fund. I don't want to do the thinking. This guy's the expert. And then, you know, and so what's going to happen is if I created that index fund and you guys were to follow that, I would collect 50% trading fees, trading fee revenue from you guys that would invest in my personal index fund if that's how it went. So I could actually see this being definitely a draw for those people that get on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and wherever else, and they put out constantly tweets about, you know, technical analysis and invest in this one, invest in that one, whatever that is. So now they can actually create an index fund and do the exact same thing they're already doing, but now actually get something in return for, you know, putting it into this platform. What I don't know how it copies it. Meaning, so let's say I go in and I pick 20 different cryptocurrencies and only invest, you know, $10,000 divided by 20, and it splits it up, whatever. or can I just make my own, index fund without actually investing money in, and then somebody follows what I would have invested in? I'm assuming that wouldn't work that way. I'm assuming I would actually have to invest. But the next question is, if I only invested $100 and I put $1 into 20 different coins, what does that look like? Do I get paid out less because I put in less money? And when you copy, do you copy the exact amount of money? Meaning, if I put in $100, do you exactly have to put in $100, or could you say, I want to invest in the same coins, the same index funds, but I want to put less money or more money? I'm assuming you could adjust that. I don't know. I haven't found anything that answers that question, but I would be curious to find that out. So value appreciation, platform adoption and transaction volume, and buybacks increase coin value. And I'll be completely frank, this is the part where I'm still slightly confused. My understanding is everything is tied through one coin. They call it the coin. One coin. So everything's flowed into that coin. That coin has a smart contract, and then when you sell, want to sell the portfolio positions, then you get the coin back, I believe. I think that's how that works, but I could be wrong on that side of things. I'm still kind of confused on the process. The concept I think I gotta get, I just don't understand all the moving parts about how it gets there. Token name is coin. Token supply is going to be 107 million. Token value 1,100 coins equals $700 USD. They're going to do a pre-sale of 300 million, pre-sale bonus of 750K, and then the crowd sale cap, they're trying to raise 30 million. As you can see here again, March 9th is when they're supposed to finish. So you got about 5 more days. And again, I don't invest in ICOs. Even if I could, I don't invest in ICOs. I wait till the dust kind of settles. Here's kind of a breakdown of their crowd sale, coin reserve. They go into a lot more detail in the white paper about all this, but this is kind of a visual breakdown you can see here. 10% marketing, development ecosystem, 10% employee advisory option pool. So that's kind of that. Whitelist, crowd sale, and market price to be arranged. All right, so let's go all the way back. There we go. Okay, so here's a roadmap. They started in 2017 this summer. They incorporated that time. From there in fall, they initiated the protocol, design development, kind of got everything together. Winter, they have their token sale and smart contract audit, website penetration testing. They also started their beta testnet. Now, they actually have a demo, which I think I already opened. Yeah, I opened it up here, actually. I don't know how to run this and pull this demo and make it work, because they even talk about you're going to have a little bit of expertise using JSON and something else. I forgot what it was in here, but I don't know how to make this work. But if you're technical and you understand GitHub and you understand how to run something like this, apparently they have a working demo, and they even talked about, either in the FAQ or their white paper, they wanted to present a actual functioning testnet demo first before they asked people to invest money in there. So it was kind of interesting. I mean, I kind of like to see that. They were transparent about it and said a lot of coins tokens come out there. They're asking for all this money. They give no working product in the front end. They were trying to at least give one step ahead and be like, hey, we're going to give you something that's a semi-working product as a demo to prove to you guys this is what we're trying to do. Here's how it's trying to function. We're not just some vaporware company. You can also see in here, they haven't done, let's see. Well, no, that's not true. Let me not lie to you on that. I was going to say I haven't done a ton of contributions. They had one just 12 days ago. I don't remember where. Let's go back down here just to make sure. I don't want to make that up. Yep, that's the same spot. Yeah, it says 13 days ago here. So the last one, they 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 2 months ago, 13 days ago, and one of the guys that was continuing to work on it, you'll see here in their team in a second. So we'll go back to that in a bit, but all right. So they have the beta testing, the testnet, like we just talked about. United States Security Exchange Commission exchange filing. So they're really trying to be like a very open, for-profit, legitimate company as best as they possibly can. Their token sale and token distribution will be in March, so that's in about 5 days of when it starts. Their public platform beta testing on the testnet, money transmitter licenses, and hardware wallet development. When it says hardware wallet development, I couldn't find anything else in the white paper. I don't know if they're actually legitimately trying to make like a Ledger Nano style wallet or not. So that's kind of still up in the air for me. Exchange listings in April, investment smart contracts, platform launch, and then Wall Street, New York City office. They want to open it in April of 2018. So that's kind of interesting. They want to move from Dallas to New York, and I don't know if that means all the team members are actually going to physically move to New York, or if they're just going to open up a brand new office there with a brand new set of team members. I don't technically know, but they did make a specific point to talk about that all the team members were located in one spot, and that's in Dallas. So they use that to their advantage, but I'm kind of wondering, I can't imagine that they would all just kind of get up and move to New York. I don't know. 50 plus token support. So, okay, that might answer my question. I'm assuming it's not going to be all the tokens, but they're going to have a decent amount. Exchange beta testing and mobile beta testing, Q3. Debit card support, wallet API, and 100 plus token support. So by the end of this year is when they want to have a lot more options when it comes to tokens. I would imagine that they're going to pick, highly tradable or high volume trading coins and tokens. Or maybe it's just tokens. I don't know if it would be ERC20 tokens specifically or coins also. But I can't imagine that they would go into extreme fringe, risky, or brand new coins and tokens. So I imagine they're going to pick the solid ones first, guys. The first half of 2019, they want to open up the trading options and futures with new decentralized tools. And then second half of 2019, they want to do a hardware wallet launch, obtain banking license, exchange launch, and developer community programs. So they they have a lot on their plate. I'm not going to lie. They definitely have a lot of things moving and trying to, they're trying to do a lot. So we shall see. We shall see. Their team, and they talk about in here, execution over idea, which I think they try to lead with that example in the front end by putting out the demo before they're asking money. Team has decades of corporate experience with companies such as Microsoft. So that here's the main guy here. Damon talked about he had worked with his roles with, where'd it go? Yeah, 16 years with Microsoft as a professional. Byron over here, Microsoft, AT&T, American Airlines, Taylor, Microsoft, Anheuser-Busch, IBM, Verizon, let's see, Coinvest, Uber. There was a couple of different things in here. McKesson, Kimberly-Clark. Yeah, I thought there was a couple more. Maybe it's down in the advisor section. But they are tied. IBM, Shopify, developer working. So they have quite a few people that have worked with quite a few big companies. If you look over here, CEO of Mashable, CEO of Tony Scott Group, and CEO of Republic. So they have, in my opinion, they have decent enough advisors, decent enough team with connections. I talk about in all my videos, I like the ability for somebody to pick up the phone and be able to make a partnership to get them to the next level. I do believe, at least they seem to, according to what they've shown here, have enough of that. And I also like the fact that if you watch one of their YouTube videos, they had a lot of these team members all in one spot, all in the video. I know that might sound kind of cheesy, but at the same time too, I want to know, like, are these people real? Are they kind of working together? This guy was in the video. I think she was in the video. I don't remember everybody. She was in the video. He was in the video. He was in the video. So, go on YouTube. You can watch that video. You can see that they were at least together for that video. whatever credit you want to give that. Partners, Civic. They do Challengely, Crypto Compare. I don't know really what these partners are actually going to be doing with them, but they claim to be partners with them. And then that basically is the end of their website. So pretty straightforward on their website of things, not much more than that. They also talked about in their FAQ section that this particular company was going to check their smart contracts for security issues. I had never heard of them before, but I did want to point that out. They had worked with these different cryptos, and so that's something I wanted to make sure everybody knew. Let's go ahead and dive into the white paper. I skipped the first section in here because this kind of goes through their overview of what they want to accomplish or who they are, etc. But we've already kind of talked about that. The solution, I'll cover this part. They were frustrated with the complexity and fragmentation quality of the investment. So they wanted to create tools for providing mechanisms for consumers to seamlessly, securely, and safely invest in cryptocurrency, empower anyone to create investment vehicles for personalized, curated index of cryptonized assets using one platform, one wallet, one coin. Again, it's a cool concept. I think that's very, very interesting. I think it's very cool if you could, grab a friend and say, hey, you've asked me for the last 6 months to get into crypto, but I keep telling you, like, this is what you got to do, get on this exchange, fill this out, and they just don't. It sounds like you could eventually, at some point down the road, if this actually comes to fruition, pick up their phone, download an app, or maybe go on there. I'm assuming they might have a website too. It's all decentralized. They could actually pick a index that they wanted to follow, somebody else who's created an index that seems to be profitable. At least, it's always a risk, but they could follow one that they think is going to be profitable and just kind of park it and walk away. And I do think that there are a lot of people out there that don't want to spend the time to research or educate themselves. Just like the stock market. There are people that want to get in the stock market, but they might not have the time, they might just not care that much, but they want to make some type of profit off of it. I think this potentially brings that type of solution to fruition. They talk about down in here, so they, to get in, create a Coinvest virtual portfolio with your favorite cryptocurrencies, or you could follow an index. Trade and withdraw investments, profit directly with your smart contract. Again, they tie everything with the smart contract in here. Easily spend cryptocurrencies, use your debit card account. And again, the debit card is in the future, not right now. So what are they doing? Solution scalable globally and provides simplicity. Investing extremely difficult and intensive. Exchange require KYC authorizations, hours, days, etc. So they legally bypass the KYC as there is no exchange, fiat currency, assets, and is the Coinvest smart contract is the custodian of your deposited funds. And there again, that gets down to the custodial word in there. So again, I don't know how they're defining that, but that's the first time I've heard of that phrase in any crypto situation. I would assume at some point when they hit the fiat in the future that maybe they are going to do the KYC process, maybe for that side if you want to invest actual fiat, but maybe they'll skip it if you don't want to. Convenience, securely storing cryptonized assets is imperative but not trivial. Some coins and tokens have different standards, require different wallets. So again, this gets into the convenience factor, like they talk about, where you're not having to have multiple wallets or hardware, cold, exchange. It's just all tied into one thing. Storing assets yourself is feasible for some, however complicated and risk-tasking and user error. With Coinvest, there is no storage of initial investment assets, as all portfolios are completely digital. Function, prices in cryptocurrency can be extremely volatile. Acquiring assets at the wrong price and time can be the difference between gain and losses. There are currently limited investment options that empower us to execute flexible buying options such as shorting and price limit orders. Coinvest is one of the first in the industry to offer this functionality, and I agree. As far as I know, there aren't a lot of shorting options out there. I guess price limit orders either. I didn't realize that side, but at least the shorting side of things. And so I definitely think that's a key point, a selling point for sure, to be able to use this, because trust me, in the last February, January. Yeah, in the last month and a half, I know a lot of people definitely would have been into shorting the market. Diversification, unlike current exchanges, Coinvest offers index funds containing portfolio cryptonized assets related to components such as market capitalization, industry, etc. The index funds enable users' ability to invest without individually and actively purchasing assets themselves. Meanwhile, the providing broad market exposure, low operating expenses, and low portfolio turnover. Autonomy, go into the no investment vehicles that enable investors to curate and invest in index cryptonized assets created by themselves. So this gets back into, I could really see those guys on Twitter who are technical analysis people, instead of just saying, hey, go look at this coin, invest at this time, do this, they're actually now creating their own index funds and saying, hey guys, follow my index fund and copy it, because when you copy it, they will make money too. So I could definitely see that being pushed. Give me 1 second, guys. I don't edit my videos, but my dogs need to go out. Give me 2 seconds. Come on, buddy. Come on. If you watch any of my other videos, it happens every single time. Every single time I make a video, they always have to go to the bathroom. Never fails. Okay, so where are we at? Decentralized and security. Investing in cryptocurrencies requires sending funds directly or direct to an exchange and investment fund, which inherently creates centralization and high risk as they are the custodian of your funds. Again, that word, never heard it before in crypto, but they like to use it a lot in their white paper. Coinvest does not accept any funds, fiat, cryptocurrency, etc., or payments direct from users. Users' funds are held in escrow and controlled by the Coinvest autonomous bot computer code within a smart contract in the Coinvest protocol. So again, I'm not going to lie to you and say I know or understand exactly how that works. So I would definitely, if somebody does understand that better, or if there's a video out there maybe on YouTube I can research and go into that, I'll try to find that. But if somebody does know where to find or understand that better, can explain that better, leave a comment in my video and let me kind of take a look at it, because I don't fully understand how that's going to work. It sounds intriguing, but I don't want to act like I know, and I really don't know how to explain it to you guys. Backed collateral, all investments made through Coinvest platform are backed by kryptonized assets themselves to ensure liquidity. Coinvest employs two reserves, and then it talks about, please refer to the reserve section. Investment will only be executed based upon available assets in the reserves, ensuring the security of all users. A percentage of the company revenue is allocated for additional purchases to increase liquidity and scale the reserve in relation to growth. So I think that will definitely be something where people are going to be focusing on, that reserve and how legitimate that is and how that all works, because that's their collateral, their backing, and that's kind of what they're going off of. So again, I don't understand how it all works. I looked into that side of things through this white paper here, and I don't know if I can necessarily explain it well enough. They talk about their secondary reserve, and you have a primary reserve. I thought they had it somewhere in here. I thought I saw Coinvest reserve here, secondary reserve. So I don't know if they're going to tie in banks too. I know there's a huge thing with Tether right now on the reserves and the auditing and everything else. So, again, you guys always do your own research on top of what I am telling you, because I'm not an expert. I make mistakes too. I overlook things. I don't understand things sometimes either. And I don't want people to be taken advantage of at all. But the concept is cool. I just don't understand all the ins and outs of it. So that's why I'm directly reading off of this, because I'm not making this stuff up. I'm not just telling you what I think it is and not reading directly off this. I want you guys to know what they're actually saying. So they talk about trading rewards. Again, it's similar to a loyalty reward program. Users can accumulate additional coin based upon trade volume. Sorry, my mouth is getting dry. Every 10 trades results in a bonus. So again, that's kind of cool. If you're going to use a normal exchange and trade, you might as well just maybe use this one, because now you're going to actually get something back for doing it. Trading profits, obtain valuable profitable trades in their investment portfolio. Index fund management, copy trading, we already talked about that. They do have something interesting on here which I can't fully figure out. So they say Coinvest revenue model, founded in 2017, Coinvest is a legal for-profit company in the United States of America. The company operates in civic good for the blockchain and open source communities while obtaining a $5 basically trading fee upon any order with an investment portfolio. So, let me read the rest. This is significantly lower and more predictable than the fees incurred with competing exchanges. For example, popular exchanges charge anywhere from 0.25 to 5% on all transactions, regardless of the amount or volume. As a result, a $5,000 order and 1% fee can result in expense of $50. So they're, claiming that they're going to do one flat fee of about $5, which they are stating that is cheaper than the norm. Let's see, they go in here with their team again, which we've already kind of covered. I want to say there was something else in here that I want to just make sure I covered just to see. They have about, right in here, they do have the investment history. So if you want to know the timestamp, user wallet index, pricing, sell stamp amount invested, they have all that tracked in there, so you don't have to lose that. Because I know a lot of people, taxes and every other thing that you want to keep track of everything. So they're definitely doing that, which is good. They need to do that anyways. I think that for the most part covers it. You can go in here. They talked about their eventually they're going to do their wallet API, RESTful JSON API. But I think for the most part that's going to cover the video and kind of cover what they're trying to do. I would say for me personally, I think it's a cool concept. I like the index side. I like the shorting side. I like the options. I like the futures. I like all that concept. I like the fact that they're trying to simplify it and they're trying to put it into one spot. I like that concept. I don't understand totally why it would go into one coin and you would use that instead, but I guess they're saying that's what's tied to the smart contract, and so you buy this coin, you buy everything, you pick what you want through that coin, and then everything's tied to a smart contract. But I don't understand that side of things completely, and I don't understand completely the reserve side of things and how that's going to look and be moving forward. So at the end of the day, like I said, I don't ever invest in ICOs, even if I could. I don't think I can anyways because I'm in the United States. I'm going to wait till it hits an exchange. This is definitely something that doesn't look like it's going to fully kick in maybe till, quarter 4 of 2018, maybe quarter 1 or 2 of 2019. So it is kind of down the road. But I could imagine if this thing starts to be pulled off properly, it's got a decent team. These team members are decently tied into a lot of great companies prior to this. And I could easily see a lot of people on, specifically on Twitter, who do technical analysis coming in, making their own index fund, pumping out there saying, hey, follow my fund. I've done this well over the last 2-3 months. And then people start hopping on that. And then all of a sudden it's, money in their pocket for already kind of doing what they're already doing anyways on Twitter by telling people what to buy. So from that standpoint, I think it's pretty cool. Again, guys, do your own research. I hope you liked the video. I just found it tonight, so I was doing a lot of research on it. I wish I could have explained it better. It's one of the situations where I didn't feel like I understood every single part of it, and because of that, I felt a little bit awkward trying to explain that. But I don't want to mislead you guys. So I'd rather just skip it and just be honest, be like, hey, I don't understand it, but here's what it says. If you guys understand it, above and beyond my knowledge, then, leave me a comment. But if you like the video, awesome, give me a thumbs up. If you dislike the video, please give me a thumbs down. Let me know why so I can actually change my style and try to give you guys better videos. All right, guys, thanks. Have a great night.